Everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our Neurographic Art live call, monthly live call. And I'm Marge, and Diane's my sidekick. Yay! And everybody else is my friends. So I got to thinking about, it's May already. And I wonder how many people made New Year's resolutions or in these past weeks and months said, I wish. I'm dreaming about, I'm curious. Did anybody here say between January 1st and today, I wished I'd done, but I didn't? Or did anybody make a New Year's resolution and didn't follow through? Write down one thing you said that you would do but didn't.
This is hard. I say things every day I'm going to do. It's like I
Pick
can
the
make a
one,
list.
pick the one thing that keeps nudging you.
Uh, I put
And
down the classic.
then when you do that, write down why you think you didn't do it. Why do you think it didn't happen? You wished it, you dreamed it, it was your New Year's resolution. Why didn't you do it?
Zoom user entered the waiting room. Let's see who this is.
She's my scam watcher.
Yeah. Hi, Zoom user. We need a name or something.
Okay, so did everybody write
Okay.
down the thing that they said they do but didn't and why you think you didn't do it? You've all done that. So I
Anxious.
feel I feel like most of you answered like I'm terrible, I procrastinate, I'm this, I'm that. Does anybody want to share? Probably not, but if you do, put it in the chat. Okay. So what I think is going on, you stop making, I did too, Sherry. Oh gosh, Diane, you and everybody else, yeah. Um, so what I think people usually say some self-deprecating thing. I'm too lazy. I said I was going to do it. I didn't do it again. Beat on themselves, but I don't buy that. I think what's really going on is it's just um, our same patterns, the same habits. We're not breaking those habits. I mean, Diane gave a good example, lose weight, but she keeps eating, you know? It's the same habits, right? Um, Nothing changes if you let those same habits run the show. I mean, why would you give your power over to habits that are preventing you from getting what you want, right? That doesn't make any sense. Um, but since few people wrote in the chat, I'm thinking you all have all your wishes and dreams come true, right? But in the event you don't, would anybody like to do an exercise with me? Okay. So, um, everybody brought a pen and a pencil and a paper and maybe some colored writing tools. I want you to write down one thing that you said you'd do, but you haven't done yet. It could be like start walking, clean the room, finish the project, learn something new. Stop saying yes when you mean no. Write down that one thing that you said you'd do this year that you're still thinking about because you didn't do it. Oh, Cora, I'd be dead if I stopped walking. That's like my only mental relief. Okay. So you're just picking that one thing that tugs at you, that like that little mosquito. And you already wrote down why you think it didn't happen, that you got busy or you lost interest or you kept avoiding making that decision. Look at what you wrote. Think about the feeling of not doing it. Stop beating on yourself. Where do you feel that in your body? I want you to draw those lines quickly. Just take your pen and draw some lines about how your body feels when you think about that stuff that you said you'd do and you didn't, or that you want to do and you don't. This isn't about making a pretty picture, it's about feeling better. Make messy lines, cross the lines, lines that misbehave. Hi, Deirdre.
Hi.
You want to just give a quick repeat Zoom,
Yes, what
Zoom
we're doing
watch?
is we're talking about all the things that we didn't do that we said we would do, like New Year's resolutions, like I wish, I wish, I wish. I really want this. I really want that, but you don't do it. And we're writing down that one thing that keeps tugging at us that we really want, but we're not doing. And then we're writing down why we're not doing it. And then we're transferring these words into a line drawing. Just we're drawing lines about how it feels every time you say, geez, I want to start walking. What's keeping me from this? There's a pattern keeping us stuck that, and we're trying to figure out what this pattern is so we can break it. Yes, Laura. It takes,
Yeah.
I think Kit decided it takes 21 days to put a habit into place. Takes a lot of discipline to do that.
And Marge, Laura's comment kind of reminded me of the Artist Way group, um, to practice self-care, and that re sounds like the artist date
And the morning pages,
and the
you're
morning
absolutely right.
pages.
Yep,
Yeah.
it takes commitment. It really does. That's all it is. It's just making up your mind and doing it.
So if my excuse is, I also wrote start walking because I do walk, but I don't walk enough to make it count because my dog is a sniffer. So I can either drag him or I can walk by myself. So my excuse would be I don't have time. And that's really such a lame excuse.
Isn't it
Really is.
just?
It really is.
Do you realize that every time you say that I don't have time, do you realize it's lame or do you believe it?
In the moment, I believe it,
Yeah.
but looking back, it's like, what am I doing all day?
And exactly. Yeah. And I'm trained to when I'm going, rah, I just take myself for a walk. But and I always bring the dogs, but I'm thinking, why don't you just leave them home sometimes? Because when I walk alone, I can kind of feel like I'm flying. I walk, it's different. So look at your drawing and tell me wait a minute, hold on one sec. Long time ago, I wanted to do morning. Yeah, yeah. If you could, if you could be disciplined enough to write the morning pages, I think you would see a big shift. If you could just, when you open your eyes in the morning, say, I intend to do my morning pages today. I'm doing it. I think that one discipline would do you so well. Now, I don't have ADHD, so I don't, I can't speak to that, but I can speak to people without ADHD and say that I really feel that that discipline changes a lot of stuff. So look at your drawing. What does it look like? Does it look like chaos, confusion, boredom? Is it going in too many directions? Is it chaotic? Pressure? Put one word beside your drawing and jump in anytime you want to share. I'm assuming everybody here has done neurographic art before. Is that a right or a wrong assumption? If you need help, put something in the chat or just holler out. Okay, Zoom user. I think that yes means you've done it. Okay, so now we're going to round out the intersections. Okay. Um, so you know that that means that every place where the two lines meet, you're going to soften those intersections. You can either use a thicker pen or color or the same pen. As you're rounding these intersections, I want you to think that I don't have to fight this. I can stop fighting. I can just accept it. No blaming and shaming and all that. It's not about fixing the goal. It's about softening the grip that this habit or pattern has on you. I'm glad, Deirdre, that you're finding your way out, and I can mimic exactly what you're saying. My January, I'm just coming out of it too. And I'm so glad you're here. Repetitive boring. Hmm. I don't know how to interpret that.
I think, Marge, like you were saying, as you're drawing, how does your drawing look? Like write a word. And I wrote boredom as well.
What did you mean by it?
Um, that my drawing looked boring, and that's how I felt looking at it. Like you were saying, does it make you, whatever your emotion was? And I wrote boredom as well.
So when you think about wanting to walk, I'm thinking that you really want to walk more. And so
Yeah,
does that mean when you think that I haven't walked, that that thought bores you? Is that what that means?
I'm not sure. It's just how I felt doing my drawing, I guess. And that's kind of odd as well because my main reason for not walking is like because I say I don't have time. So obviously I'm not bored.
Well, could the boredom come from saying I don't have time, knowing that you really do have time and that you're bored of saying I don't have time?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. That was
could be. Because when I realized that I don't have time was baloney, it's like, are you kidding me? It's like this is ridiculous. Why do I keep saying it if it's not relevant?
and it's funny because years ago when I was working full time in an office job, I would get up every morning an hour early and I would walk 3 miles a day every single morning. And if I didn't do it, I felt horrible.
That's my story too.
And now I'm
Exactly.
like sitting at home, working from home, doing whatever I want to do. And, I sit here in the morning having my coffee and staring out the window. And
Exactly. It's like I'm gonna say because we were 30 years younger then, because I too set my alarm a half hour early so I could write the morning pages and do an 11-minute walk around the circle every single day. I was too afraid to miss a day.
and now, no.
Yeah, now I sit there saying, "Come on, you really have to get going today. You come on." It's like the day is going by.
All right. So my new excuse is now I'm old. That's my new
Yep,
excuse.
yep. Use that for a couple years before you realize that that's baloney too. So, um, so on that thread, we kind of just defined the pattern. Like walking would probably feel a whole lot better than feeling bored, wouldn't it? I mean, just remember how you used to feel when you did that thing every morning. Wouldn't you, couldn't you, you could be like, how about you be my beta tester now? I'm always your beta tester and make yourself walk 10 minutes a day and report back to how you feel. That would be a great beta test.
I like how Danica first did a laughy face and now it's a heart. I don't know if she hit the wrong button or
No, it made me laugh, and then I was like, I love it too.
Who wants to be a beta tester? So, can anybody define the pattern? We kind of just work through board.
So the way I'm seeing it, and this is how it works for me anyway. It's a matter of desire and priority. When we say we don't have time, that's our ego making up a reason to not do something we think. That's all up in the thinking level. So what I've discovered is, and because I focus on bringing up the desire for whatever it is. Like we want to walk because we like the way it feels. We like how our body feels more alive. We like feeling engaged, like aliveness. And so I have the same thing. You know, I do trampoline and stuff like that. And when I don't do it, I don't go after why I don't do it. I go after, am I not like, where's the desire? I go deeper into my body and ask myself, because we are older, and let's face it, we have a big bucket of badass skills and talents and accomplishments and like this basket of stuff, right, over our lives. So now we're here with this basket and staying as fit and alive that walking does. You know what? Maybe it's not at the top of the desire basket anymore because all these other luscious things are in the basket. So my practice is like with my excessive TV watching. My practice is I don't go to, oh, I got to discipline myself to stop watching. I go to what am I getting out of it? What's the feeling? Right? And the TV watching I do is I do a lot of shows of human interaction and relational development and all this, right? And so that is showing me I have an unmet need. I mean, I know this in my head, but an unmet need. So I can't just, okay, let me take that back. It's not effective for me, ADD person here, to say, stop TV watching, use discipline. Because then, like, what it says. So I'm moving into how do I have that feel? How do I have that need met? Like I use my body as don't eat the cookies, use discipline. Yeah, whatever. Have the cookies. I gotta go with my body, otherwise the whole head thing doesn't work for me. But so I just want to put that on the table because I hear a lot of like discipline and stuff. Ladies, we are bodies first.
Yeah,
Body.
but how would you have ever made that habit of posting a habit if you did not have the discipline?
Oh, see, I do it the other way around. I use desire, and every time I post, I go, oh, this is so fun. You know, that one step, like one step at a time, one day at a time. So I post the first time, this is great. I go into the feel of how good that felt. So then the feeling next time, and if you recollect, I did forget sometimes, right? Like sometimes I missed it and stuff. But it wasn't discipline. I just reminded myself how I was meeting myself. So when we walk, for example, we're not doing that because to check off the box. We're meeting ourself. That's like when we walk, we are, it's like our inner child, our inner person. We are holding her and saying, hey, honey, what can I do for you that is in your highest good? The discipline comes after that, which again is challenging for the ADD squirrel. Shiny object. Ooh, yeah, I have a big challenge with that, a big freaking challenge. So I got to really use a lot of body and stuff. Otherwise, it's a lost cause. So that's how it works for me now, because I
Yeah.
live from my body and I have this engineering mind. Look, I do head stuff, right? I want to witness that. Everybody who's in their head, I would, yeah, I got that. But it never sticks for me. It never sticks unless I engage my body. Engage my body.
Hmm. And in the beginning of what you were saying, you mentioned planning and priority. And for me, that's key. I was trying to remember when you said that. I was in a discussion about boycotting probably Amazon and all the people I hate. And it was going back and forth, and I said, well, that's baloney. If I mean, I do boycott, and I don't have a whole lot of negative stuff around it if I plan and prioritize. Now, there is the occasion that I call Diane and say, can you get me this? And she overnights it to me because she does Amazon. And I know that that's breaking my boycott. But I don't know. For me, discipline is needed because if I just, no, I don't compel myself because something feels good because I'm so used to getting stuff done, making sure I get stuff done. But I'm going to think about what you said.
Yeah, that what you just talked about, Marge, the getting stuff done, we get a dopamine hit. That
Yes,
that's a body thing.
no doubt. No
Yeah,
doubt.
that's and so we like there it's a we all each have to find our sweet spot.
Yes, that's it. That's it, Kit.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Of the thinking in the body. Like if they're not working together, that's why we get body problems. That's why we have all, when they're not working together, our symptoms show up. And so that's how we know. Oh, I got this, I got that, I got aches, I got the blah 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 blah. And then, oh, where am I not in integrity? Right? We're talking integrity in artist way.
Yep.
Okay. This is great. Thank you.
Okay. So look back at your drawing and except for the people that are bored, is there any very tangled, chaotic spots, busy, tangled places? Consider that a pressure point. And going back to your original thoughts, what made it so hard to follow through with that thing that you wished for, put it on your resolution list? Was it, what made it so hard? Was it that it had too many steps? It was too complicated? Were you afraid of not doing it right? Or were you scared somebody would see you? Did you need more support or time? Are you a perfectionist?
Marge,
Yeah,
there I have something to say, and
yeah,
I probably have mentioned this before, but there's something that I live with that's called acceptance. So,
yep,
so yeah, and one of my biggest examples that may apply here is with my business,
yep,
right? I just accepted that even though maybe I should be doing it differently, quicker, paying more attention to pathways and this and that, that's not for me. Though I know if it were, it would be the best thing. But I've accepted that I'm not going to be stressed out trying to do any of it. I just accepted that I'm going to do it. I don't want to say my way, but I'm going to do it in a way that works best for me. Like I don't have any emergency around it at all. And it's fun. It's taken me a long time. It'll take me much longer, but I don't have anywhere to get with it. I'm just going with it. And I've accepted that. And that's how I do in most things in my life. I'm accepting that there's a way for me that may not be for anyone else, but it works for me.
yeah. If you break every situation down in life, it all comes to acceptance.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
That's where we get into trouble. That's what all those resentments and angers and jealousies are. If you
Yeah.
could just get into acceptance, which isn't always easy.
Mhm.
You should
So
write a book on that.
on my drawing, I don't know. Sometimes when I do these drawings, I wonder if what I'm doing is, I think about it first. So my drawing isn't, I'm going to say, it's not in the moment. It's a little bit after I think about it. So my drawing ends up looking exactly like I want it to look. So I'm not really figuring out what I'm seeing here because I already saw it before I did it.
Yep, that's a good point. Did you ever try doing it spontaneously?
I know that I thought that I should try to do it spontaneously a couple of months ago and even today, but it just doesn't work that way. Like my hand doesn't start moving. So I know, my drawing right now, the first one you said, what is it that we said we wanted to do that we really didn't? So I knew how that should look on paper. And then when you said, now draw the lines across, well, I knew what that should look like on paper for me. So my word, I knew what that was going to be too beforehand, is possible. And so even though beforehand it looked like, oh, you're not doing what you said you were going to do. And then the other lines came upward where those were downward and said it's possible.
Huh,
So
interesting.
I'm trying to figure out my drawings. But I've done that from the beginning. I changed from the
Yep.
spirals to the lines. And still, I'm not sure that the lines are telling me something or I'm telling them.
Did you ever try drawing a picture upside down or using your non-dominant hand to do something? Sometime if the spirit moves you, you might want to try that. Or something as simple as
Okay.
brushing your teeth with the non-dominant hand. It
Okay.
really,
I'll try
it
that.
really is a fun little thing to try.
Okay.
Um, I've heard of another in another group of people, or it could have been earlier in this group, people saying they did neurographic art by pushing a nickel with their pen.
Yes.
And that's an interesting thing too, because you don't have a lot of control over it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
I gotta try that. Um, for those of you that had or a rock, a busy, tangled up section, draw three new lines through that crowded area. They're not decoration. They're just you're making movement from that stuck, tangled mess. Just draw three lines. And now find the emptiest space on your page and think to yourself, this is the part you've been skipping. Like, what have you avoided looking at? What have you avoided looking at? Um, the decision that's keeping you stuck, the phone call that you don't want to make, the truth, the help you need. I'm held back a lot because I don't want to ask people for help. Maybe it's something like you don't really want it anymore, and that's fine too. What have you avoided looking at? That's that blank space. So don't leave it blank anymore. Fill it in. What you've been avoiding looking at, put that in the blank space. So by now you should be seeing like two distinct things on your paper. One is the wish, and one is the resistance to the wish. Is everybody seeing that?
Yeah, Marge, I'll just mention, going back to the walking thing and me saying I don't have time. And for that last part, I wrote, what am I doing with my time? And I think that's something, we talk about time audits and all that, and I think that's something important for everybody to do. I know you've talked about it, and we've talked about it in Sadie's group, and um, it's so important to figure out where your time is going. I've
Yeah, I
done
can't
time audits.
even
I know where my time is going. I'm wasting it.
I can't even fool myself anymore. All
Yep.
I have to do is look around my house, and if all the different rooms are in order, that means that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. That's all I need to know. And I could feel it. I could especially feel it this week, um, because I was so torn between a few different important directions. And so I got to do something in between those things. So it's usually clean or catch up. So you see those two pieces of the puzzle. One's the wish and one is the resistance to it. What do you need to do to connect these, to get some action, some movement, right? Is it that you have to schedule it? Do you have to make a new idea? Do you have to get over being afraid? Um, do you have to make a commitment? What is it? What can you, how can you bridge these two things? Draw some lines to bridge the wish and the resistance. And think about what you need. How what are you building that bridge with? Is desire enough? Like, what's a first step you could take? Connect those two areas. This is where, like, the wish comes out of the fantasy box and starts to move into reality. It's like, here's where color would come in good. You could, like, say to yourself, uh, what do I need more of to move forward? It's funny because before this call, I I'll tell you about it by the end of the call to move forward. So, what do you need? Do you need more courage, structure, energy, support? Back to that decision making. Do you have to make that decision? Do you need more confidence? Do you have to be patient? Cora, I find that waiting for motivation isn't the way to do it. I find that getting up out of the chair and starting, if it's as little as if I want to knit something and I don't know, I have not a clue, get up and start putskiing with the yarn. Pick out a couple needles, practice something, and in about 2 seconds, I'm going to do this. I mean, all it took a couple weeks ago was Diane to ask me to make a video about Plarn, And I have almost a new market bag done with a new design that I actually followed a pattern. So it wasn't waiting for motivation. It was just getting out of the chair, so to speak. Um,
Bet you didn't think you were going to hear the word plarn on this video.
and so I was trying to think of a word because I experimented with cutting up a t-shirt and doing the same thing, but I can't come up with a to Sharn, to Sharn. Yeah, see, I don't have time. I'm cutting up t-shirts and looping them together and putting them in a ball, right? But I don't have time. Okay, so you're figuring what strength you need. Bye, Deirdre. Come again. Good luck with your doctor's appointment. So when you're done, I want you to look at that whole drawing and ask yourself what you know now that you did not know when we started. And if there's one small move you can actually make this next week to get closer, what's that one small move that you can commit to? Not you, kid, because your body's gonna start you going. Not the fantasy move, not that big, huge, I'm gonna paint the whole house by sundown. The move you'll actually do. You know, clean a drawer, make the call, walk once, ask for help.
And that, I think you just hit the nail on the head there, Marge, with don't paint the whole house by sundown. And that's, I think of myself walking 3 miles every morning and I'm like, I just don't want to do that right now.
I wouldn't want to either.
But, I can go out and walk around the block.
When I did this exercise, um, before I got on the call, I decided it just came to me that I'm putting my business first next week. I haven't put my business first for months. There's been some good excuses I could put into that. But what I've also known to stay sane, what I had to do these past months that I didn't put my business first was stuff like walk an extra walk a day to stay sane, sign up and drive to a class and take it and drive. I knew I had to do these things because I was being so resentful about having this thing thrust upon me that I have to deal with. I have no choice. And I know that when I get resentful, icky things happen. So I knew I had to pick some things that would take away the resentments. And working on my business wasn't one of them. That was just more responsibility. So I absolutely did the right thing for me, but now I really want to work on my business. And so that's not my painting the whole house by sundown. My commitment is to starting today, take a clean sheet of paper and start an accountability sheet. So every day I can see if I'm following through, because that's how I like to stay on track. It's the only way I know. At the end of the day, I need to see the checks. And so I forget all the things I do during a day. So I call it my I did it list because I can lie to myself, just like saying I don't have time. Like I can think I didn't do anything today. It's like, that's not true. That's not really the least bit true. Um, add to this with me.
Well, I was just thinking about what Kit was saying about getting a dopamine hit. And a checklist is the best way to get a dopamine hit. I do that. I'll have a big long list of things to do, and then I do something else and I add that to the bottom of the list and check it off. Because you
You know
get
what
that hit, like
else?
I did this.
Take a class, something you was sure you couldn't do. I promise you, when you leave that class, you're going to feel 10 feet tall. It's just, I'm experiencing this now. It's amazing. That's that dopamine hit.
Yeah.
It's just all I could see, and it lasted the whole day. It just it lasts long enough to bring me back to the next, to go back for that next hit.
And it can work with the little things too. Like
Absolutely.
I think you were saying, Marge, about I forgot. Somebody was saying something about we do one little thing. That's the thing. That's what I mean about the body. So, like the walking, Diane, when you're talking about the 3 miles, I've had that thing, right? Our subconscious is actually trying to protect us. When we see a big thing, it doesn't want us to invest resources, right? So, to your point about the posting, Marge, that's exactly what I did. I did one and it was like a check. And that check, dopamine, and I made a big, like a little kid, I made a big deal of it so it would do more. So the walk, like walk down to the end of the driveway. Yay, look at wow, great, whatever, you know? I mean, that's the whole dopamine thing. We can exaggerate the heck out of that.
Totally. I mean, my new thing, it's been going on for a couple weeks now, and it's not like my brain said, "Oh, let's try this new thing." And this is the first step, this is the second. Just some point a couple times a day that I take the dogs in the backyard, and the little guy has a 50-foot leash, and it cracks me up watching him. And it's the only time I allow my check self to go on social media. So it's great. I don't have to waste time inside in the house doing what I have to do on social media. And I get to watch the dogs cracking me up. And it's that dopamine hit. It takes like 10, 15 minutes, and then I go back to work or doing what I have to do. Yes, start with one block, Danica. Yep. Yeah, I just remember motivation is never worked for me. Getting up and doing it. Who's got something? Did anybody want to share that dream and how they plan to go after it? Well, I'm going to tell you my progress next time we meet because I'm really excited about this because there's a lot I want to be doing with my business. Um, Anybody else? Oh my gosh, it's almost an hour. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate you all being here on this beautiful spring day. At least it's beautiful spring where I am. I look forward to seeing you all again.
As always, this was lovely.
Thank
Lovely.
you,
And
Kit.
this is
Thank you.
really
Keep,
a lovely container.
thank you, Kit.
And
See
so,
you over in a,
Cora, you going out walking? She said she's going to do it 10
You
minutes.
better believe it, you guys. You guilted me into it. Oh, that works. Guilt.
I'm going out walking today because I love it. You're
I'll
welcome,
report
Donica.
back. All right. Thanks,
All
guys.
right. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Oh, that was fun, Marge. That was a good one.
Thank you. Do you want to stop recording?
Oh, yeah.